So recently I asked my girlfriend about retention and Nofap, what she has noticed, like differences and all that. You guys can watch that other video, but in this video, essentially my girlfriend noticed something that was really unusual. I found it actually really interesting. I'm going to give you guys the backstory of exactly how I got onto the subject. Before we go into the video as well, I want to mention I do still plan on bringing my girlfriend onto the channel and doing like an interview. Hey, what is it that you notice, and why is it that you notice this, and how is it different? Like on day 0, do you notice this or that? And then on day 7, do you notice like confidence being boosted? Do you feel like, you know, overall I'm just like glowing? Just because I covered a lot of these things on my YouTube channel, but I do want a woman's perspective, just because women are better at picking up on things that guys don't really recognize, like facial expressions or just overall posture, gesture. All those little things I think is going to be really interesting, and I want a woman's opinion on it. So I do plan on bringing my girlfriend onto the channel. I am probably going to just keep her out of frame, or I'm going to probably blur her out, but we will do that here in the next couple weeks. I don't know exactly when, we just got to figure out when we have the time. But back to the video that you guys came here to watch. Alright, so to the story. Essentially, me and my girlfriend went to the mall, and then after we're done with the mall, we were heading back and we're driving home, and it was getting like real cloudy in the background. You can see the clouds. There was like thundering and lightning, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty badass. And we were just talking, conversating in the car. I was like, hey, remember that I mentioned I wanted to bring you onto the YouTube channel? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, are you still down to come onto the channel? And she was like, yes, I'm still willing to. And before I know it, I was asking her, okay, well, these are the type of things I'm going to be asking you. Is like, again, I'm going to be talking in code for YouTube purposes. I was explaining that to her. I was like, okay, well, whenever you notice, like when I reset my streaks or release the seed, like have you noticed the difference from like day 0 or when I start building up my streak and then I reset it? And she actually surprised me, because like we pulled off to this one part because we wanted to watch the lightning, or I suggested it. I was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and watch the lightning. It's really nice and beautiful, and it was just something that I wanted to enjoy the moment. But essentially, we're talking, it started raining a little bit, sprinkling, and essentially I was like, okay, well, these are the type of things I'm gonna ask you. Like, do you notice like my confidence going up? Do you notice like my posture, any facial features, anything just in general? Like, and she's like, give me some more examples. And I gave her some more examples, and essentially she's like, oh, okay, well, there is one thing that is a little bit different. And I was like, what is it? And she's like, I don't know how to explain it. And it took me a while to get the answer from her, just because she was a little bit hesitant. But essentially the way how she said it was that on, let's say I'm on like day 0 or day 1, day 2, like the lower end of the spectrum of like freshly resetting my streak, essentially I wasn't as strong. If you guys understand what I'm talking about, talking in code here for YouTube purposes as well. And she's like, it actually gets a little bit larger when it gets onto the higher streaks. And I'm like, whoa, that's really interesting. I was like, I never knew that. This is something that I never paid attention to, but obviously my girlfriend paid attention to it, and she noticed the difference just because of, you know, our personal lifestyle, our experiences that we have together. But I found that real interesting, that essentially it ended up being larger when it got onto the larger streaks. But then again, I do understand from my own personal level, just because like if you notice, you start becoming like more driven, more energetic. And I'm going to talk about like the brain fog stage. So essentially, if you guys ever reset your streak, you're going to notice that you get like real calm, relaxed, and you know, you get that clarity. And this is called like the brain fog stage, and that happens normally around day 0 to like, honestly, in my opinion, day 5. It just varies from person to person. Also your diet, your sleeping routine, just so many things. I do notice like it goes away after 3 to 5 days for me personally. For you guys it might be different, but essentially she noticed that it's a whole lot larger, and I was like, whoa, that's really interesting. Like, I got to share this with you guys. I do plan on bringing her onto the channel. It's just a matter of time. I need to find the right time. Also, I plan on getting another camera to start making better quality videos for you guys, and I want to make them as much better as possible for you guys. The other thing I want to mention is, if you guys have any questions or anything that you guys would like me to ask, go ahead and comment down below, just because like essentially if I forget something or I miss something that you guys might be interested in, it's going to help me out. It's going to give me actually ideas. Somebody commented on one of my previous videos, come and check out this YouTube channel or YouTube video, and that was actually really helpful, because like they did an interview with a woman and all that, and I found it really interesting, and I appreciate all your guys' comments. I do read them. I try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. If I don't get back to you, well, I do apologize. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed today's video subject, don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll go ahead and catch you guys in the next video.